Hi everyone, I hope you're doing really well today. I am reviewing a fragrance from Ormonde Jayne, which is a niche house based in London, and that fragrance is called Taif. This one, I've been testing it out for a long time now, a couple months. So I've tried it in the colder weather, and now that it's getting a little bit warmer, I wanted to see what it was like in the heat. This one is a really great fragrance. I think that anyone can wear when it's a little bit warmer. It's pretty unique too. If I were to describe how this smells when you first spray it, it reminds me of an experience I had in Spain when I was at a market. And I remember I was trying to look for saffron to take back to my mom. My mom loves to cook paella, and you need saffron as one of the ingredients for paella. So I was looking for it. I ended up finding a little bit of it, and I remember there was also a vendor at that market that was selling dates, and I remember the smell of the saffron and the dates together. And if you haven't had dates before, it's a very chewy and sweet dried fruit, and you definitely smell the sweetness of the dates here. And I just love how that smell mingles with the saffron. If you haven't smelled saffron before, it's, to me, quite a bittersweet type of scent. On my skin, when I use fragrances that have saffron as a note, it kind of reminds me of like a honeyed wood. There's like a little bit of a bite that reminds me of wood for some reason, and the honey is like a very subtle sweetness that it has. Yeah, interestingly, when you eat saffron, it's not very sweet, but the fragrance of it is something that comes up here. And I think there's a little bit of pepperiness in the beginning as well, again, to add to that bite. So it's definitely sweet in the beginning, and it continues on into the heart, which is basically a bouquet of flowers. But even though there are a lot of flowers in it, there is definitely more of the Taif rose. Usually Taif rose, to me, smells very pungent and fragrant when I smell it in other fragrances. It's almost like a tea rose, but in this fragrance it smells a little bit different, and I think it's probably because of how it mingles with the other florals. I would say if you're not a fan of rose, you should still try this out, because again, it just smells different from what I'm used to when I smell rose. It kind of smells a little bit like peony flowers with how sweet and airy it is. So it's definitely a fresh take on the Taif rose, which is why I think this works very well in hotter weather. And the smell of the dates and a hint of the saffron's still there, and I just love how that mixes in with the rose, the Taif rose. The base notes gets very interesting, although I think the fragrance itself is very interesting throughout, but there is amber in the base. And even though amber is typically used in more colder weather fragrances, the amber in this, I think, excels in the heat. It does add a little bit of warmth to the overall fragrance, and there is a little bit of stickiness to it as well, and sweetness, but it's not cloying, it's not claustrophobic. I don't feel suffocated when I smell the amber in this, and I think it just blends in seamlessly with the florals and the dates and the saffron in the beginning. So I just love how that dry down smells like on skin. There's also this note called broom, or Spanish broom, in the base notes. So we have that type of plant here in California, but I haven't actively tried to smell it in real life, so I can't tell you what it smells like. There is a little bit of woodiness in this. I don't know if it's the broom, maybe it's coming from the saffron, I'm not quite sure, but on my skin I definitely get some hint of woodiness. In terms of who could wear this, I think anyone can easily wear this. It's very easy to wear, but it's still very unique. My husband smelled it and he said that he thinks it smells more masculine. I think that it's right down the middle, very unisex, because the floral notes are there, and I feel like a lot of people who are more into the feminine, stereotypically feminine fragrances would like this, but I could definitely see a man wearing this, and I think it's because of that woodiness, and the dates and the saffron also add, you know, some mystery to this. The performance on this, I would say, is 6 hours on my skin, which is moderate. Sillage isn't that strong. It doesn't leave too much of a trail. Projection is also very soft. I would say that people can smell it on me maybe 1 to 2 feet away. So I think that if you want to wear something unique to the office, this is one that you can wear. It's something that you can wear in the day. I could see myself wearing it at night too, during a hot summer night. Yeah, there is something very sensual about this that I do enjoy. And I just love how the notes are just so well blended, and they're notes that you don't typically find in a lot of fragrances. All right, so let me know what you think about this fragrance if you've tried it out. I hope you enjoy it as much as I do, and I hope that you found this review to be helpful. Let me know your thoughts about this, and I will see you next time. Bye.